Simon, thank you for jumping on board to share a little about your experience starting training and stuff like that. Let me ask you a question. Like, what were you doing before you started coaching with me previously?
You mean about my training and about my activities? Yeah.
What's your
Nothing.
experience?
Nothing to do with anything to do with my any way of healthy lifestyle or exercises. Nothing like this was happening at all. Everything was concentrated on work and pleasures, basically.
Okay, cool. And how has that affected your life and confidence and your health and fitness? Like, do you think your lifestyle and maybe your work and your job has affected you in any way with that?
Well, definitely no. Definitely sitting in the office is a big thing because it's taking away most of your day, basically being a prisoner on the chair. Where I worked before, it was a little bit more movement, a little bit more manual labor as well. That was a little bit better. But then I moved to the office. Yeah, it was cozy, it was nice, and I really didn't worry about any of my physiques at all, for a while. But there was always something in the back of my mind, I really would like to, get better. It's just, I always had it in my mind that it's so much work involved in it and so much more effort than I usually, would put into the things, that I was just giving up before I even started, you know what I mean? Now I can see, how wrong I was at the time, It's just if you don't really, I guess if you don't really try, and you just give up before you even try or even find out what it is, like obviously nothing's going to happen,
You're probably overwhelmed with all the information out there online and stuff, right?
Oh yeah. Because every time when I started thinking about it, it's always you go to the internet, you go to YouTube, you go to your websites, and you try to Google whatever is going to be working for you. But the nature of the internet itself is that everybody can put anything in there at any time without any control whatsoever, mostly without any control. It was really hard for me to filter this information, to find out what's actually working for me, what's not, and there's so many different types of trainings and diets for different types of people. It was just too overwhelming before I even started.
That's kind of what a lot of people suffer with, is the choice and too much information. And then they feel overwhelmed, they can't make a choice. But where did you find me? Online, or did a friend recommend you, or like, what stood out about the stuff I put online to really make you make a decision?
I found out from a friend who just told me, to check it out, which I did. I liked the website. I liked the way you kind of approach the topic in a very user-friendly way, let's put it that way, It's not technical. The way you put everything on the website kind of got me thinking, like, this is not the most important thing in my life, obviously, So I can't build my life around workout and my physics, and that can't be my number one thing that I have to work around all of it, Life is life, and I have to fit my training, my program into whatever I'm doing. And I saw this approach on the website, which was really appealing to me, because I think it's not only me, but I know that many other people as well that I know would give up on any kind of gym or workout as well, even sometimes shortly. But it's also to do with this kind of stereotype of gym and training being very strict, very scary, sometimes you may even think that you're not good enough for that because you really need to commit so much and you have to be 100 or nothing, This is something that some people probably kind of have as well in their mind, which is obviously not true, which I know now. But talk to me a few weeks ago, and I would be like, oh Jesus, I don't know if I can go for it, if I can commit that much, And once you start and once you have a first spark going on and you go for it, the fire gets bigger and bigger. The way you put it on the website kind of drawn me into it. It wasn't scientific. It was just the way the life is. Yeah, that's basically what pushed me,
More of a lifestyle change and more of a program to fit your life rather than you fit your whole life around a program, which doesn't usually work.
Yeah, exactly. And I think if you try to change your life to fit your program, long term, that's just not going to work. It's all about balance, like you many times mentioned in your PDFs or in your website.
So, like, for you, what would be your biggest takeaway at the moment so far that you've taken from this whole coaching experience?
You don't have to be 100% or nothing, there is, there's not just black and white. There's a lot of shades of gray in the between. So yeah, I started with the big fire under my ass, and I really want to do it every day. But then I found the days when I would be tired, but I still want to go for it. And I would talk to you, and you would tell me like sometimes, you need to take a break, for example. You can't overwork yourself, That's kind of being, using common sense in all of this. That's kind of what I liked in it. And it kind of helped me as well in the way that I'm not overloading myself. I'm sometimes making a day break, and I feel still so good after, I'm not feeling guilty that I'm not doing something, that I supposed to do, and I don't have this in the back of my head. I know that I'm doing well, I'm not going with any particular diet, like you told me. It's all more about just being conscious about what you're eating and when you're eating, and those targets that you set up for me with the calories and proteins per day. Yes, first few days were really a little bit challenging, because I was like, Jesus, where am I going to take all this protein from? Like, seriously, I would have to eat chicken all day long. But then you start finding a way, and it's not really that hard. It's fascinating for me how long I was pushing this away and pushing this for later, thinking how complicated and hard it is, to follow all of this. But it's not really, once you start, and when you get to it, you get to the same patterns. And I'm surprised that I didn't skip one day. Every single day, it's just working for me, and it's kind of motivating me as well to hit my goals, to get there, I'm working on the last one that I really, well, not the last one, but on the next one, which is my sleep patterns.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking to you about that. That is something challenging for me, and I read all of your information that you sent to me, which makes perfect sense.
Eventually,
that's what's kind of stopping me from going to the next stage and sleeping every day like I would like to. You don't have to be black or white. There's always something in between, and do as much as you can and as good as you can, and it counts. And the diet, and then working on sleep.
You have 9 more weeks of your 90-day transformation left, so there's plenty of time. So, like, who would you recommend this service to? So it's not for everybody, yeah. But who would you recommend this kind of online one-shot transformation service to?
Definitely for everybody who's working at home. What I noticed by on my own experience as well, if you work from home, you move way, way, way less than even if you would work in the office, because in the office, you always do some small trips in between the desks. Like I can do 6,000 steps just going to the office, and do 6,000 steps in the office where I'm sitting at home and working at home. I'm doing literally 500 max, which is even worse than it was, when I was working in the office. So I think that's great. And especially when the people are already in these days, already kind of into doing everything online. Because I saw the different programs that you use with the other people, and I bet you can, you're pretty flexible. You can do it to other people as well,
Yeah,
so you with everybody, depending on what they're looking for. But yes, I would definitely recommend it to all the people who work in the offices or any kind of job that would require for you to just sit 95% of your time at work. Like, I'm absolutely amazed how even the stretches that you showed me that you put on my program there on the app, how even the stretches exercises, they help me so much with my back, with my condition, and the posture. After doing these stretches and the exercise review as well, I'm more conscious about how I'm sitting as well at work. I wouldn't be like I used to slide a lot down like this, which is terrible for your back. But I definitely have much more conscious about my body now than I did before. So I kind of see these small differences happening.
Okay, and you like your home workouts, eh? You like pushing it and sweating inside the house and all, yeah?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. But I learned now I'm opening all of the windows that I can. So I'm doing a little bit of, raft going through, because it was absolutely horrendous with the amount of heat in this house, Especially I'm doing now workouts with my friend, that lives with me. She has her own, I have my own, but we just keep doing this at the same time, so we kind of motivate each other. So yeah, 2 people in the room, it's getting pretty warm. But absolutely love it. I like the way they're constructed together, kind of the way that you would get exhausted in one part of your body to your limits, and then you jump on to the other exercise.
Oh yeah.
Much break, but you kind of start concentrating on the other, on the other part, and you just keep going. That's really good, and motivating. I like the things in the app where you can record your reps and your weights, giving you a summary of everything, and then you beat your own records. It's nicely all put together, and it works great.
Cool, perfect. So your first 3 weeks is done. You're feeling happy, you're feeling good, and you're seeing some changes in your photos as well, which is nice. But yeah, we'll jump in again and do another phone call maybe at the end and see where you're at, see what progress you've made. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm up for it anytime. And any way I can help you, I obviously will, because I'm super happy with all the programs so far, and I think people are supposed to know about that. So if I can help you in any way, I always will. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. Bye bye.